11. Now, taxi operators, certainly some of them, are coming out in support of the government's plan for a rural school bus program, despite concerns about the impact on their potential to earn. The operators are the latest group to weigh in on the ongoing national debate. Shalois Michael reports on that.
Amid continued debate between the government and the opposition about the planned school bus program, taxi operators are having their say. Despite general support, there are concerns. President of the Eastern St. Thomas Taxi Association, Kirk Brown, says PPV operators recognize the benefits of the program.
The new school bus program with the school bus that the government has rolled out, it is good for the students and the student parents because, yes, they will save more money because the fear that really will be a help for the parents. That's why you find the transport, we are kind of quiet. You don't hear much about it. We are kind of quiet because we know that it is a good thing for the children.
But Mr. Brown says while he welcomes the initiative, he's concerned it might be bad for business.
On the other side, we in the public transport sector, it is bad for us because we lose those passengers. Over all the years, we are the one been moving all these students, still big people, and we still move to them Pitney or to them Grand Pitney. You see, so come September, it's a different game change. So yes, it will affect us because the bread done thin already now, so it does get thinner.
President of the St. James Taxi Association, Dion Chance, is also welcoming the program. He's encouraging students to take the buses come September.
My initial reaction is that it is something good because any responsible government will want to ensure that based on our transportation system that we have, something needs to be put in place. So for the government to introduce a school bus system, it's all good and fine. And I certainly hope that it works out, because if there's a school bus system in place, the students should take the school bus.
But President of the St. Anne Central Taxi Association, Joyce Murphy, does not share that view. She believes the rollout is unnecessary.
Our testimony says they carry a lot of children. I'm totally against it. St. is a small town, and those buses are not ready yet to run in St. Anne's Day. And in doing so, they are blighting the three taximen that we have carrying our children to school. We have no problem with taximen them down here. I'm not with it, no time at all.
The opposition PNP has maintained that the imported buses are unsuited for Jamaica's terrain and conditions. Shalois Michael for Nationwide News.
Thank you, Shaloy. Well, except for that lady who is not with it, I think the general sentiment across the country is in support of the service, yes? And it's easy to understand why, because of the history of the injustice that we have meted out to our rural children and adults, but in particular the children who have to make their way every day to school. It's just a national disgrace that we've allowed this to continue for so long. Yeah? And I am of the view that this is something that everybody can understand easily and relate to. 99.9% of us, 0.1% can't understand it because they've never had to deal with public transport. They've never had to take their chances in the trunk of a vehicle or lap up or rub up. Never. So they can't understand it. Yeah? The issue of political posters being vandalized and defaced and torn down has emerged, and yesterday we heard from the Office of the Political Ombudsman on this issue. It took them quite a while to respond to this issue, which is now a source of tension on the political campaign. The Political Ombudsman Office is now calling on all political leaders to set a tone of unity, tolerance, and restraint as the country moves closer to the general election. In a statement on Wednesday, Chairman of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, Earl Jarrett, denounced the removal and defacing of political flags. He says the actions undermine democracy and peaceful political engagement. Of course, the ECJ now controls and exercises the powers of the political ombudsman. The political ombudsman is also reminding political parties and their supporters that each Jamaican has the right to participate in the political process without fear or intimidation. And it says it will continue to monitor campaign activity. How so, Mr. Political Ombudsman? How so? This matter of the posters being torn down emerged at least 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah? And not a word from you. Or you have been speaking with the political parties quietly? I don't know. Tell us. Yeah? So, the sense is that the political ombudsman is neutered, yeah, and gone to sleep. And in the statement yesterday, it is said that members of the public can submit any complaint or report of breaches to the email address ecjombudsman, that's ecjombudsman @eoj.com.jm. So if you feel aggrieved or see vandalism taking place of political posters and you want to report it, you can report it to ECJ Ombudsman, that's OMBUDSMAN @eoj.com.jm. Yeah? And the commanding officer for the Area 4 Police, Assistant Commissioner Michael Phipps, he has also weighed in, calling on political candidates to maintain peace and respect during the campaign.
The police across the Area 4 space is at this time appealing to all the political representatives, whether a sitting member of parliament or a prospective candidate. We are appealing to them to conduct all their political activities in an atmosphere that engenders peace and goodwill. We have been getting complaints from some representatives regarding removal of and the destruction of posters, etc. We propose to do very early intervention in order to prevent potential conflicts within the constituencies across Area 4.
Assistant Commissioner Michael Phipps, he says the removal and vandalism of campaign material could lead to conflict. He's directed his divisional commanders, he says, to be on the alert for people who remove political signs. He says a meeting has also been held with both the JLP and PNP representatives in central Kingston.
We have had good responses and so far have had one meeting with Member of Parliament Mr. Donovan Williams of the JLP and Mr. Steve McGregor of the PNP, both reps for Central Kingston constituency. This meeting, I believe, was very cordial and I think went very well, where both gentlemen pledged to ensure that both camps will conduct their political activities in an atmosphere of peace and goodwill, and at the same time implore their supporters to do everything to maintain a peaceful election campaign.
Good advice from the Assistant Commissioner in charge of Area 4, Michael Phipps. That's all we're going to leave it for this morning. We're going to take a break now.